Hey, what's up? I'm Rollercoaster Rider. Um, I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, I think I promised last time that we were going to watch a Uwe Boll movie and review it. Uh, Unfortunately, circumstances led to that recording being pretty much destroyed. No idea why. It's just bad techno. It's just bad equipment. I'm not going to ask you guys for money. Um, I've seen my show. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the Tomb Raider 2018 starring Alicia Vikander. Um, I'll get into I just want to start off with some negatives first. Um, I thought Alicia Vikander, she's probably a good actress. This was kind of a miscasting, if I were to guess, if I were to pick. In my opinion, she's too young and maybe a little too short in height to be for this role. Unless they're probably going with a earlier version. Like in my opinion, she can still be like a she does not look like someone who went to college and then had been there for a year or well, never mind. Um it starts in London, which Kay was able to figure out. I thought it was New York because of all of the traffic and uh Laura Alicia Vikander during her time as a food delivery person on a bicycle, so it's kind of like Premium Rush. She's also a she's also kind of a boxer fighter, so it's also like $1 million Baby. Um, she she's pretty poor, doesn't have a lot of money, so she decides to do this bike race thing where if no one can catch her, she gets back to the original location, she'll earn $600. Um, this fight's the bike scene is actually pretty good. It's very well choreographed. It's a lot better than Rollerball. It's a lot better than what else? Rollerball. There has to be another one that we did, or that I did. Oh well. So, what else? Oh, it's at this point that she ends up in jail. She gets bailed out by, I think, a business friend or business coworker. Oh, jeez, wow. Um, okay, so at this point, she decides to sign over the stuff because she's upset at her dad for leaving her 7 years ago and never returning. She's given this Chinese lock thing, Chinese puzzle thing, that when she unlocks it, out comes a like the first letter and a key. She uses the key around her father's grave, or well, funeral home, or no, bury funeral building area, and then it's revealed that there's a secret area where he's been doing a bunch of research, a la Indiana Jones. Um, then at this point, she decides to go to Hong Kong because there's this last thing that her father was working on, and wasn't, and he was. Ugh, what happened? Anyway, after another fight scene on a bunch of houseboats, yes, I guess, she finally meets this guy. This guy whose her father knew. So then they decide to go on the voyage to 3D right there. They decide to go on the voyage to an island, and this at this point this reminds me of Sinbad Beyond the Veil of Mists. This the animation in this is better. um, okay, so then they go to where do they go to? Then they arrive on this island. She gets like knocked out, and then when she wakes up, apparently finds out that this guy who apparently kidnapped her and is and now thanks to her father's research knows where this queen's temple is. Um, he's basically running a slavery ring, uh, and when they shoot a guy, um, that's when the shipmate that she was with is like, okay, okay. Um, I'm sorry, people. I'm a little distracted. I'm doing some extra work. Uh, decides to essentially like beat up a bunch of the bad guys, which is awesome. Um, allowing her to escape. She then, after a chase, she then decides to jump into the water, and I'm not going to say what happens because it's a pretty cool scene, but it eventually. But then after a while, it eventually ends with her in the jungle having to pull something out. Um, they did send somebody to try to like capture her or kill her, but using her martial arts training is able to deal with that dude pretty easily. It's at this point where she finds like some weird dude in the flash like that, and it's revealed that it's her brother, or no, her father. I apologize. um, so that's when he reveals what happened, or when she reveals what happened. He's like, "You're an idiot. Why did you do that? You coming over here was the biggest mistake ever. That'll release terror on the entire planet." She decides to go along with it to save her father's life, into this temple, and I'm not going to say what happens, but it is pretty intense. There are a lot of deaths, but it's PG-13, so it's not a whole lot of blood. Um, it's up to you if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Um, let's see what else. Um, because she and the guy don't have that much time together, there's not a will they won't they chemistry with them. Um, when she was with her father, that actually did ring pretty strong and pretty genuine to me, so they had good chemistry. Um, I think that's about it. She's a lot stronger than me. I couldn't do half this stuff. Um, I've never played the video game, so if there are Easter eggs or little clues to hint at it, then I wouldn't have picked that up. And this isn't like movies like Assassin's Creed and I guess Resident Evil, or I guess Resident Evil's a little different, but I don't know, Ratchet and Clank, or I guess Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I don't know if I've seen that movie. But this is more like DOA, in my opinion, where, in addition to being girls kicking butt, which is always awesome, um, there's it doesn't seem to have a whole lot of connection with the game. I don't know if I, I don't know if it's faithful or if it's just video game in name only, which never seen that before, like Street Fighters or whatever. Um, this is also a reboot, so it has very little, if anything, from what I can remember of the original Tomb Raider, and I don't know if I ever saw Cradle of Life, but there's nothing in this that hints at that movie because it's obviously a reboot. It's not like Transformers 4 where it's a sequel. Um, uh, that's it, I think. I don't know if I have anything else to say. The sets looked really cool. The action was really cool. It does involve a major sacrifice between a father and daughter, and you know that rang true to me. Anyway, that's the review. Tune in soon when it's Halloween month. Ooh. Bye.